Hello, everybody. I got some sad news about Waldo, the alpaca that my friend and I had here for a brief moment in our time. Um, Found out that the owner of Waldo, he and his wife are going through a divorce. So Waldo didn't get out, he was let out, okay? And this hurt me because every day since my friend brought Waldo home, or Waldo followed her home, um, he's been on my mind, and I've been worrying about him because we live in the middle of the desert here. There's no joking around. There's wild animals out here that would hurt or kill Waldo, okay? And when you take the responsibility on, and this is going to be a rant because this really pisses me off about people and their ideas of animals, okay? Animals have feelings, animals have souls. And when you go and bring an animal, a fur baby, into your home, that's yours. Till the day it dies or the day you die and it goes on to somebody else that'll care for it. Okay? Alpacas are very expensive to keep, okay, to take care of, just to raise their fur for 8 months, whatever. Anyway, they're not cheap, okay? One alpaca can cost you up to $15,000 a year just for upkeep, shots every month, their hay, their water, everything, even having their fur cut, okay? It costs a lot of money. It's not like a dog or a cat. Yeah, you go groom them or whatever, you take them for their shots, you take them to go get fixed, whatever. That's one thing. But when you take an exotic animal like an alpaca, like Waldo, which I swear to God, he had the sweetest disposition. I'd never met or seen an alpaca in person. That boy touched my heart, okay? And just to dismiss it because two human beings aren't getting along, so they wanted to get a divorce. The guy or woman, they could have at least taken Waldo back where they got him, okay? And the other one, I don't think it's a good idea to sell one by themselves because they're a pack animal. They go in a herd or a pack. They're not like, a dog or a cat. You can have just one. They need to be around their peers. And it's not good to have like alpacas and cows or alpacas and leopards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Leopards are not a pack. They're not pack animals. But anyway, you understand what I mean, right? So, the people could have at least easily taken Waldo back to the farm. Now, here's the good part, okay? Waldo was found, okay? Waldo was found, and the people that found Waldo, they basically did the same thing I did. They called around from downstate all the way up to upstate to try to find an alpaca place that would take Waldo. God, that boy was such a cute dog. I miss him. He was a good boy. And if we would have had the money, I wouldn't have mind having him around. My friend's like, oh, just let him in the house. He would have probably been all right in the house. Not my house, not with my cats. Dog ain't even allowed here. Okay? But anyway. So, the person that found Waldo found a place where he can go. And he'll be living his life with his own kind. It was insinuated that I kind of dropped the ball with Waldo. meaning, we got him, we brought him in, our yard and everything, but we could not have kept Waldo. We've got a dog that wants to play with everybody, everything, everybody. Everybody's her friend. She thinks everybody wants to play. And being that she looks like a wolf or a coyote, I don't know how Waldo would have taken that. I mean, Waldo bit, but it was only like a little kind of nip. It didn't hurt. My friend's like, oh, it hurt enough. It did not hurt. It hurt when Waldo pulled my hair, bit my hair, but it didn't hurt that much. He was a good guy. So yeah, Waldo is living a good life now. And let's all thank karma, thank the universe that Waldo was found and taken to a beautiful place to live his life the way he should have been living in the first place, and not with some flake who, got him and decided, oh, this is going to be fun, and then, your wife and you aren't getting along, and all of a sudden, bye, Waldo, what happened to Waldo? And then, act like, I got the hiccups, y'all. I can't believe this. Okay. So, yeah, when I found the owner, he's like, "Oh man, I'm so glad you found him. He was a good, alpaca. He was funny and he was a good, good boy and all this other crap." Which he was. He was a really good boy. But I hate two-faced people. They'll sit here in your face and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you're doing so good. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah," and behind your back, doing sketchy stuff like releasing one alpaca into the wilderness, into the freaking desert. I mean, my friend gave Waldo 3 gallons of water, and but Waldo needed to eat, and we didn't have the kind of food for him. Okay, so we let him out the gate, and he was eating, the tall grass out there and everything. It's not like we just closed the door and that was it for Waldo. Not for me, anyway. And not for my friend either. Because we drove around the desert all over looking for Waldo. Praying to God that the coyotes hadn't gotten him. Okay? That would have been devastating. But Waldo's good. I was checking over the fence every 15, 20 minutes looking for him. And he was still hanging around outside. It was cool. But as soon as a car drove up or a truck drove up, Waldo would look up and he'd get all curious and he'd start trotting over towards where the car was going. And then he'd stop. And he'd come back over to our place. And I was kind of hoping that, that we could have found him, But I'm glad we didn't find him. This is a really tricky situation because you know what? If you know me, you know that I am not a people person. I'm an introvert really bad, and I love animals. And it just really sucks that, there's people in this world that'll treat a beautiful, majestic being like Waldo or any other kind of animal for this matter. If it lives, it breathes, and it looks around and it sees and it eats and drinks and it sleeps, it's a living being. And you don't do that to other living beings. I'm so sorry you don't do that. And Waldo's good. Waldo's good. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God Waldo's good. I mean, I was kind of hoping and praying that someone, Waldo had wandered onto somebody's property around here, which probably was what happened. Either that or somebody saw Waldo walking around, this unique animal that's not here in the desert, here in this desert, anywhere around here, and brought Waldo to their property and started calling. And the way we found out is by a friend of ours. She lost her husband last week. They'd been married for 54 years. And they go to a church up in Seligman, and Um, so our hearts are with Shirley. Her husband Mike is the one who passed away, and he passed away on the bed, right next to her. She watched the whole thing happen. That's hard. I mean, when my grandma died in my arms from a heart attack because of her cancer, I thought my life was over until she came and visited me 6 months later. And then when my mom died, which was the last of my family, my world was over. But the only thing is, I had to take care of her two cats, 7 and 11, and she'd had them for 25 years. So you do the math. 11 passed away 6 months after my mom passed away of a broken heart. 7 lived with me for another 5 years. And I begged him to please leave this earth, go be with his mom and sister. It's not that I didn't want him or love him, because he was my little man, my little bro. The thing is, he was 27, 28 years old. He had just turned 28. And he left. And I was happy for him. Because he got to be with his sister and my mom. And my grandma. My grandma wasn't much of an animal person. But, anyway. So Waldo's safe. Thank you all for your prayers, your thoughts, your well wishes, even your thinking that I abandoned him or we abandoned him. We didn't. We didn't. We couldn't. We couldn't take care of him. I don't make that much money. My friend don't make that much money, but we make enough to live off of. Their property's paid off. Our houses are paid off. All we buy is food every month. That's it. In the essentials. We couldn't afford to buy his shots every month or his hay or whatever they eat every month. And they drink 3 gallons of water a day. So, thank you all for, like I said, your well wishes, your prayers, and all your thoughts for Waldo. He was a beautiful boy. He was special. And my heart can rest now knowing that he's in a safe place now. So you all have a great day, great night. Stay you, stay strong. Don't ever change for anybody. And I love you forever. Thank you. And thank you for watching my video.